Hi, Clarice House here talking about building relationships. Building relationships with students is the best way that we as instructors can connect with our students. We have to establish relationships with our students in order to create a favorable learning environment in the classroom. We also have to build relationships with our students so they will be comfortable enough to show their true selves, um, especially if we build a relationship that's secure and that relationship establishes a certain level of trust with the student. It's important to for a student to have a relationship with with their teacher because that helps to encourage the student and gives the student the desire to perform well because we as instructors are investing our time in the student. Um, and online, it's a little bit different, but if you can build a relationship with a student online, it's going to give the student a greater sense of satisfaction and hopefully produce a higher levels of work from the student. It's not always easy to build a relationship. Some students are standoffish, but there are ways to build relationships. Number one, my number one way to build a relationship is to be genuine and intentional. I have to set out to intentionally be in a relationship with that student that is conducive to them learning and doing better in my classroom. So what I would do, first of all, is I probably have a forum, a group of questions and answers about anything, just anything, as long as it's within the realm of education. Maybe a little bit personal, but not too personal. We always have to set certain boundaries. But as long as that student's willing to share, some those students are willing to share something about themselves, then I can use that information or those facts that I've gathered. I would call that gathering and sharing. I can use that information that I gathered, and I can start a conversation with that individual student or individual students somewhere down the line that will help establish a relationship. And I would make sure that they're able to trust me, and I'll tell them I'm for them. I'm going to be there for them. My door is open. I'm going to leave my door open after class. I'll give them my number. I have them text me if they have any issues or any even personal issues. If they need help from me, I'm going to be there for them. I will avail myself for my students. If with my adult students, if I want to learn their interests or their needs, I think the best way I could do that is to just ask. Nobody's gonna. You're not. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not gonna be able to read their minds. I'm not gonna be able to. A lot of times, have access to their folders or their files. I'm not going to be able to um, speculate. I need to ask. I want concrete answers, and I want to be able to do it the right way. I want to actually be able to help them. And if I can't help them if I can't ask them what they need. I can't help with their interests if I don't know what they are. So I have to be able to just ask them. Um, Sometimes adult students have a different point of view than I do. Of course they do. We're all from different walks, of different backgrounds. We're all diverse. It's a diverse group. Always in classrooms, there's a lot of diversity. So you have to be prepared for that. I feel like if I employ culturally responsive teaching methods, I can use all the cultural characteristics, experiences, and perspectives um, in a way to and channel that in a way that I can teach them more effectively. And as far as the point of views are concerned, I would share my point of view. I would explain why I have that point of view, and I will also offer my students the opportunities to share their point of view and explain those to me if they're willing to. And if not, I'm still going to treat that student with the respect and dignity. And I'm going to try to form and maintain trusting relationships with them. I'm just not going to mistreat them because they have a different point of view than mine, because it's not even about my point of view. It's about what they're learning and how they're learning. And lastly, my Christian worldview, um, in supporting culture and diversity in my classroom, I'm just going to remember who I am and whose I am. And I'm also going to do what God did for me. He cared about me and He accepted me. I'm just going to care about all my students and accept my students for who they are. And that's the only way that my Christian worldview will make a difference in my teaching or in my classroom. So building and maintaining trusting relationships with the students helps the instructor to understand the needs and interests of the students, and it helps the students feel more confident. It helps the students feel confident. And if a confident person can put forth their best work. Thank you.